everyone. I'm here in Betim with Anna Maria Goswami. We're both members of Goa Heritage Action Group, and this is one of the talks in our Goa Heritage series. So we're going to talk about the Betim Cross, which is here with us just outside the window. We can see it. And this is a cross that stands on the bank of the river Mandavi in the village of Betim, very close to the point where you take the ferry. So I'm here with Anna Maria, and we want to tell you a little bit about the Betim Cross. Now, Anna Maria, I think you've lived in this house for a long time.
I shifted from Ahmedabad to Goa after my husband died in 1997. It took me 6 months to get this house organized, and 98 I shifted here. And I kept on seeing the cross in such a dilapidated condition. And I asked the owner of this property, which we had bought, how is it and all that. So Mrs. Marchand said, yes, we are trying to get it restored, but the lack of funds and all that stuff. And somebody then told me about the Heritage Festival at Garcia, the Orta Garden. This was in April 2002. So I went there with a friend, and she introduced me to Heta Pandit and Rajal Sakadande, both of the Goa Heritage Action Group. And I told them about the cross, that it was in such a bad condition and how do we restore it, because it has to be restored. They came the next day to see the place and to see the cross, and they said, yes, it has to be restored. They phoned up Ketak Nashnolkar, and he came after a couple of days, and he said he was willing to do the project. Now the most important thing is to raise funds. So then Heta said, why don't we get a couple of journalists to do articles on the cross? So we got hold of a couple of journalists, and they interviewed me, and a couple of articles were written in the various newspapers. Once those articles came off, then people started phoning me and saying, okay, so this is a cross, and how are you going about it? So I said, we need funds. Then my immediate neighbor, Daniel Driscoll, he said, I will give you some funds to start. So he gave a sizable amount. And then slowly, friends and family and all started giving money. We contacted Ketak, and they started the restoration work, which was over in about 6 to 7 months. After the work was over, Isabel Santarita Vaz of the Mustard Seed Company very kindly said, let's have a get-together after the restoration, and I'll perform a play. So she performed a play outside near the cross, and lots of people came, neighbors and people from. And that's how the cross was restored.
That's a lovely story, and I think you were telling me something about the fishermen.
Yes, for them the cross is very symbolic, because when the fishing season starts, they come in their trawlers in the middle of the river in line with the cross, and they do a namaste and they go, because they feel that it has some Hindu influence because of the Shiv lingams around the cross. Now, my perception is that during the Portuguese era, when the cross was built, the craftsmen were Hindus. So building a Catholic religious structure, they wanted some Hindu influence in it. So henceforth the Shivling.
Okay, interesting.
That's that.
So, and now we're nearly 20 years later after
Absolutely.
all the work was done. The cross is still looking in good shape. I mean, are you still involved with that?
Every year I'm the only one involved, because I'm the only one permanently living here. And we raise a little bit of funds, because we need some funds for whitewashing the cross.
So that's great. So when all of you, when you're visiting Anjum and looking across the river, please look out for the Betim Cross, and now you know a little bit more about the story of the cross. So thank you everybody for listening to us today.